Hey, what's going on, everyone? I just wanted to make a video of my newly set up display room. Just recently moved from Baltimore to Charleston, and I had all my shit in bins for a few months now, and I've been working on this room for a little while, like over a month really, setting everything up and unboxing everything again, opening up things that, you know, I haven't been able to open in a while due to the move. Yeah, and also, I mean, in my last place I lived, I had only 11 detolfs, and I had them ran with the dioder lights, which I really didn't like. So when I moved, I picked up 3 more detolfs and decided to just start everything fresh. So that took a while too. Taking out all those old dioder lights and running new lights through them all. So that was a bit of a tedious process, and then cleaning them all and everything else, and then running the lights. It's been a pain. I really wish I would have did the connectors with the remote, so they all link together, so I could come in with a remote and hit it, but I didn't do that. So I just ran them with surge protectors for the most part. Most of them have surge protectors that I could just switch on and off. But the way I ran them was, I'll show you on this one. I drilled a 1/2-inch hole in the back corner, slid the light plug through that, so you don't see any, wires at all besides the ones that are coming out of the back. And then just ran the LED strip lights. I got these from Amazon. They were like 11 bucks a roll, and one roll does one shelf. So I ran them up, over, across, and down. But yeah, I'm happy with the way it turned out, and I'll take you guys on a little tour. So we'll start the tour over here with the vintage Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff and just the TMNT wall in general. This is actually what got me started into collecting again. Was back in 2013, 14, I started picking up a bunch of the vintage stuff that I had as a kid, and it snowballed from there. It went from ACBA to collecting all kinds of other lines, to dios, to everything, and now I'm just fully immersed in this stuff, as you can see. So we'll start with the vintage section. It's a bunch of, well, not a bunch, there's the Toon Turtles up at the top with the movie Turtles below that, Pizza Thrower, some random little vehicles and stuff. And then here's some of the good dudes. What I did was I tried to, whatever comics I did have, I tried to match them up and put them behind them. I still gotta move them around a little bit, but cause I really want that Mondo Gecko behind him over there. But yeah, here's some more good guy buddies of the Turtles. Drop down to the original sewer layer play set with the original 4 turtles. Those are all soft heads too, so hard to track them down. Got the Bubble Bomber. If anybody has the nose for the Bubble Bomber for a good price, let me know. I'm looking for that. Then we'll bounce over to like the bad guy shelf, I guess you can say. Minus the, box NECA stuff still at the top. But yeah, you got the Foot Cruiser, some of the rogues, bad guys, whatever you want to call them. The Tetendrome. Drop down to some more of the bad guys. And then we'll drop down, got some vehicles, some more accessories, stuff like that. And then the giant TMNT. And I'm missing Leo's belt. If anyone has a lead on that for a good price still, I'll take that. We'll start at the top here. We'll go to the quarter scale NECA Turtles and Shredder and the Foot Baby Turtles. And then we'll go to the NECA cartoon stuff. Just still have to unbox that 2-pack and put them in here, but I gotta move stuff around. But I love the way these guys look displayed, especially under the light. And here's some of the movie stuff. I'm still waiting on that Toka and Raza 2-pack also. It should be here any day now. They're gonna go in there. And we got the arcade stuff. Eastman Layout Mirage stuff. Which they look really cool displayed too. All these turtles look really good displayed. And then this is just a mix of figure arts. I think those are the Playmates, Bebop and Rocksteady, and I can't remember what that Krang android body was. I think it was the first Chogokin or one of them. It's one of those imports, third party I think or something. There's the musical tour turtles, the Target exclusive. So that's the turtle wall. Then we'll go over to Legends. We'll just Marvel in general. We'll start at the top shelf. We got the Sentinel. I have one in the box still back here. This one's just on display opened. A lot of the stuff is boxed. Some of it I just didn't know what to do with. Hot Toys Stan Lee. With the Legends Stan Lee up there. Some props, Marvel Select, Legendary Riders. I got this picture, the Spider-Man picture at a flea market for 10 bucks. And check it out. Oh, it sucks the web's red. It should be like blue or white, but for 10 bucks, I'll buy that for $1. But yeah, turn it off, it's really loud. So I'll show you the whole X-Men display as a whole, and then I'll go through each shelf with you guys. So, or I said X-Men display, the Marvel display as a whole, and then we'll go into each cube. We'll get rid of the Mezco real quick, just so I can scroll through all the Legends. But I didn't have a place for these guys, so I just stuck them in the Legends display at the ends. Okay, so now we'll go into the Legends. The top shelf is X-Men. The shelf below them is Avengers. The shelf below them is a mix of different Avengers teams, Thunderbolts, Dark Avengers, and then these three here are villains, and then the bottom is Spider-Man. So we'll start, I guess, with the villain side. I just recently sold my Blob. I'm kind of upset about that, but I really think they're gonna make a new one, even though the old one was really good. So here's a little villains display. And we'll go over into like New Mutants, like the arcade X-Men, giant size. It's just a mix, Alpha Flight. A lot of these are on ACBA flight stands, like Sunfire in the back, Nightcrawler's on a flight stand, and then some of them I used fishing line and strung them up that way. Here's the 90s Jim Lee / cartoon setup. I used the Mafex Wolverine just because I think he looks really good with these guys. He fits pretty good, just the claws suck. And we'll go over to the X-Force, X-Factor display. Again, I know they're not 100% accurate like that Archangel isn't, but you know, for display purposes, it looks good. Sorry for the lighting. Then we're gonna go over to Age of Apocalypse / Apocalypse, Mr. Sinister, Strife, and it's just a mix kind of. Again, it's like X-Men and then villains. I try to keep the villains on the end in most cases. So I do like villains, and you know, heroes in the middle. Except for the Avengers, because I have so many different Avengers. So we'll start down here with the all new, all different, and just like modern costume kind of display. And here's like a shield slash, I don't know, some A-Force characters slash some other Avengers. I know she doesn't belong in there, but she fits for the most part. And I got that custom Dum Dum Dugan head. I forgot where I got that. And then here's the, you know, main Avengers shelf. So it's like, you know, my favorite X-Men Avengers. And then just I kind of kept the heroes all in a line except for that villain shelf. So here's that setup. I think it looks pretty solid. I have the shrinking Ant-Man, and I did that custom head swap with I think multiple man head, and take the hair off and then take the helmet from the Toy Biz Ant-Man, and it fits on there perfect. I think David Walton maybe did that, I can't remember. And then here's like Cosmic, Fantastic Four, Guardians, just Asgardians, just a kind of cosmic shelf. Again, they're all strung up with fishing line. I tied that one from there to there and then just hung their arms on it pretty much. Then we'll go down to the Dark Avengers slash Thunderbolts setup I have, which is pretty cool. I have to paint that Punisher and that Agent Venom. And we'll pan out to my Hydra slash AIM display. That Red Skull I made using a Coulson body and Nick Fury's jacket, and just painted the tie and the neck. So I like that. I think it looks pretty cool. I keep saying it looks pretty cute. Then we'll go over to some like Masters of Evil and just random bad guys, Serpent Society, the Wrecking Crew back there. They look pretty cool. And then here's some like cosmic villains, and they're right below the cosmic heroes, so they kind of go pretty well. I have the Asgardians over there. Then we'll go down to Spider-Man, and we'll start down here. We have some symbiotes in that corner, then the superior foes with some like just, you know, mafia gangster members. We have some defenders, some legendary knights, and some other just friends of Spidey. I used the claw body from Black Panther for that Jameson. And then here's my just Spider-Man collection slash Spider-Verse figures, just kind of peppered in there. Different incarnations of Spider-Man. And then here's his Rogues Gallery, pretty much, Sinister Six. Alright, so that's the Legends, or Marvel display, I'm sorry, that I have set up so far. I have a buttload of figures still in those bins. I just don't have any place to put them. So now we'll go over to the Star Wars slash video game slash Batman slash Power Rangers wall. We'll again start at the top. Here, I'll show you this desk I just made. I took the doors off this closet and built a table in here so I can do some work composing and stuff or whatever, just for organization. That TIE fighter I'm in the middle of painting, that's a first order TIE fighter. I painted it all gray and switched the color scheme around, but I gotta paint this still and then just add the wash everywhere. I added the wash to the top, it looks pretty good. And to one of the wings, I believe. yeah, that whole side. Once that's done, it's gonna look cool. And I'm gonna hang that right there. It's gonna look awesome. So we'll start at the top. Just some Power Rangers props and helmets. I wanna hang that Dragon Dagger up above there with the Power Sword. Eventually, once I get like a sword wall mount. I have the snow speeder strung up with fishing line also, so that looks pretty sweet up there. And we'll start at Star Wars, I guess. So here's I have them divided. Everything's pretty much divided: New Hope, Empire, and Return of the Jedi. So these are all my New Hope Hot Toys, my Empire stuff. It's not a lot, but I love these figures. And then Return of the Jedi. And then we'll go down to New Hope. I pick and choose between Black Series and Figuarts because I really like the face sculpts for the like Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill when it comes to Figuarts. And I just use like Black Series for like my aliens and just random guys. But that's a Casting Cave Obi-Wan head. And then we'll go to New Hope villains. They're not, you know, just bad guy shelf. So I have it again. Good guys, bad guys, good guys, bad guys, good guys, bad guys. So you'll see as I go through. So here's the Empire shelf. That Billy D head is another, I believe, Casting Cave custom. And here's some more Empire stuff. I have the Mafex Boba Fett in there, just because I like the way that figure looks so much compared to the Black Series. And then we'll go down to Return of the Jedi. I think that's Star Wars Geek Custom Han Solo and Carbonite. If you shine a light behind it, it lights up red like he's glowing through. And the Jabba Dial I made a couple years back with clay for the pillows and a piece of felt that I dirtied up and just made the whole throne out of insulation foam. And then here's some more Return of the Jedi stuff. It's not much, but Figuarts Luke. And I'm so mad that Black Series came out with the Emperor and the Throne. I bought that from the throne from a third party and I had to paint it and everything else. Oh my God. And of course Black Series comes out with the throne. And then here's some just random prequels and newer stuff. I don't really collect the newer stuff. I try to stick to the original trilogy, but you gotta have some of these guys, at least like the Battle and Phantom Menace, Duel of the Fates or whatever, you know. And some Attack of the Clones stuff. Revenge of the Sith. And here's some of the newer stuff. I love that face sculpt on Rey and that paint for figure. I think that looks so good. And then I had to get Mando and the Child. Grogu. And then we'll go down to video game stuff. This is my Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat display. Go down to more Mortal Kombat display. And then here's Storm Collectibles Street Fighter. I love these freaking figures. I wish they came out with all of them right now. I would buy them all. And then here's a little random Marvel vs. Capcom display because I didn't know what to do with all these Street Fighter Figuarts figures. And that Rockman, I think it's Orange Snell, something, Mega Man. And then I have the Mafex Spidey in there. And then we'll go up. So the Power Ranger props were right there. Then I have my Power Ranger display right under it. So those are the two Bandai. Thunder Megazord and the Dragon Zord. The Megazord, I think that's the first Chocokin or one of them. Again, third party imports. And we'll go down to the Power Ranger display. I need that new Green Ranger. Then we'll go over to the Batman display. Mezco Batman. Then the animated series, which I love these figures so much. These are probably some of my favorite figures in the collection, if they can freaking pose well, or if they pose right, but they don't. They're horrible with articulation. But in a static pose like this on a shelf, they just look so good. They look like they came right from the animated series, like right off the screen. Here's some of these rogues. So that's the whole display wall here. Power Ranger, Batman, everything else. Star Wars. Oh, I didn't show you guys the lightsabers. I have the lightsabers put up right there. I gotta hang that one up too. I'm gonna end up getting a TV to put there and put an Xbox or something. Or, I don't know yet. But we'll start at the top here. This is the NECA slash Mezco Hara slash G.I. Joe and articulated icon. So this is kind of like just a mixed shelf, like movie properties really, except for the two bottoms. But we'll start at the top. This is just some stuff I've unboxed. The Alien Stompers. I wish I had a place to put these Home Alone figures, but I don't. So here's the Terminator display. Sarah Connor. Yes! And here's some Mezco slash NECA stuff. I just added in a few Mezco. I have so many I added in just a few NECA. I have so many NECA horror figures, but I don't feel like displaying 4 Freddys and 4 Jasons and everything else, so these are gonna be my main display horror figures right here. Ash back there. And we'll go down to the Gremlin shelf, which I love this display also. I wish I had more Gremlins. And then here's my like little fighting 80s shelf. I hate these Karate Kid figures, but I love Karate Kid so much, so I had to display them no matter how much I freaking despise these things. They're so ugly, but I'm just such a huge Karate Kid fan. I couldn't resist not putting them up, especially with the little mat and the All Valley background and the trophy. And then here's some Rocky stuff, and I just stuck Rambo on there because I didn't know where to put them. But here's some Rocky stuff. We'll go down to Aliens. I know that Alien isn't from Aliens, it's from AVP, but I just stuck him in there again. I didn't have any place to put him. I got him freaking out. Bill Paxton. It's game over, man. I like that display too. And then here's my Predator display with the AVP in the back. Got the Serpent Predator back there, Concrete Jungle, Ahab, Predator 2, Predator 1, which Predator 1 just tipped over a little bit. And then we'll go down to articulated icons with some figure arts back there, figure arts Bruce Lee. to G.I. Joe, which these figures are awesome. They look so cool displayed. It's just, I have them at the bottom shelf because they just started coming out. I didn't have a place to really put them. I didn't have them worked into a display yet, so I had this open cube at the bottom. I was like, I'll just put them down there until I can figure out a better spot to put them in. But they look super awesome. And yeah, so that's the room. Give you one more little panoramic view. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Hope everyone has a good holiday and they enjoy this video. You guys have a good one.